Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. Thanks for joining us. It is time to settle up again with Uncle Sam as the 2024 tax filing season has now started. Our Sonia Ellison speaks with people to find out how they plan to file and tells us ways you can get the job done more easily.
Income tax season is officially here, and Americans have 74 days to file their taxes by the Monday, April 15th deadline to avoid penalties. Here are some tips and highlights to help you file this year.
I will take them to a local accountant and have them done later in the month.
This year, taxpayers can expect an increased standard deduction to compensate for inflation if their income did not keep up with the sharp inflation rate. Your return could be up to 10% bigger. If Congress passes the bill in the next few weeks, the child tax credit could expand to $1,800 per child. Pennsylvania's Attorney General alerted taxpayers about scammers taking advantage. A reminder that the IRS does not initiate contact by email, text, phone call, or voicemail. They'll never demand a specific type of payment from you or immediately threaten to sue or arrest.
What they tell you is you should e-file. That's the safest way to get your taxes done. And if you can do them yourself, that's even better yet. Use something like a TurboTax. E-file prevents it from going in the mail.
Mailed IRS forms are more likely to be tampered with without a trail.
Well, the sooner the better, the quicker you'll get your refund.
Unless you have investments.
No, I always have to extend, so my taxes don't get really done until the October 15th deadline.
Most local libraries have forms and instructions available for free. Tax counseling for the elderly is a service offered by Elmira's Bethany Lutheran Church. Call 607-735-2424. For help, call the IRS office on Gray Street in Elmira at 607-767-1012. Once you file, it takes about 3 weeks to get your refund.
I have a long way to go.
Sonia Ellison, Big Fox News.
Arson suspect Boyd Fenton has pleaded guilty to charges stemming from the November arson at a Tioga Downs barn. That fire killed 30 horses. He was indicted in Tioga County Court for arson in the 3rd degree, assault in the 2nd degree, and 30 counts of interference with or injury to certain domestic animals. He could face 26 concurrent years in state prison for all of these charges. His sentencing is scheduled for April 19th. A Bath man arrested for welfare fraud and the misuse of food stamps. According to the Steuben County Sheriff's Office, Michael Jones allegedly stole over $1,000 worth of services from the county's Department of Social Services. Along with the welfare fraud and misuse of food stamps charges, Jones has also been charged with grand larceny. He will appear at a Bath court at a later date. Elmira police are investigating a larceny at Wise Market. Police say it happened on Saturday, January 27th, and then again on Sunday, the 28th. The suspect was captured on security video stealing $50 worth of diapers and about $450 of seafood. The suspect took the items in a reusable grocery bag, leaving the store without paying. If you recognize this person, please call the Elmira Police Department. The Steele Memorial Library and John W. Jones Museum are teaming up to celebrate Black History Month. Throughout the month, the library in Elmira will show films that celebrate Black history. Starting February 9th, Malcolm X will be shown. Harriet, Selma, and Just Mercy will follow. There's no charge to attend, and light refreshments will be served. The library recommends showing up 5 to 10 minutes before the showtime. Congress continues to put big tech in the spotlight with a continued push to rein in social media giants like Facebook and TikTok. Lucas Tomlinson has more from Washington.
One day after a contentious hearing with the heads of the most popular social media platforms, grieving parents are holding what they call a day of advocacy, going door to door on Capitol Hill, lobbying for Congress to take action against big tech. The families of kids lost to social media bullying don't want to lose momentum, and they're calling on lawmakers to strike while the iron is hot.
Legislation needs to be put in place to hold these CEOs accountable. It really seems like that they are just not interested. All they care about is their profits.
Even in this deeply divided Congress, there could be action coming soon. South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham says he'll force a vote on 5 separate bills reining in social media and then call on House Speaker Mike Johnson to do the same. And on Thursday, a bipartisan group of lawmakers unveiling the Kids Online Safety Act.
All of these supposed billions of dollars they have spent on safety, baloney. They're not getting it done.
Other lawmakers are also pushing separate legislation, tackling a host of online privacy and mental health issues, all part of a broader push to make cyberspace safer for kids.
I think we are going to see significant bipartisan action in these areas. This is one area where I think nearly all Americans can agree.
And while Congress figures out its next steps, there's plenty of action on the local level, with more than 100 school districts suing social media companies over mental health concerns. In Washington, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
Lawmakers across the aisle agree that illegal crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border have become a major issue, but negotiations on border policy have come to a standstill. Rebecca Castor has more from Washington.
At the U.S.-Mexico border in Eagle Pass, Texas, groups of migrants cross illegally every day. A lot of them are picked up by Border Patrol for processing. While in Washington, negotiations on new border policy to stop the steady flow seem to be collapsing.
There is no bill. I haven't seen a bill. The people putting this bill together need to land this plane.
It's a deal senators on both sides have been working on for months, and reportedly it would allow the president to shut down the border if illegal crossings reach 5,000 in one day. But anything above 0 illegal crossings is a non-starter for House Republicans.
Why is it 5,000? If you add that up, that'd be 1 million more illegals into our country every year before we take remedial measures. It's madness.
Democrats accuse Republicans of sabotaging the bill before it's even finalized.
They want to walk away, and this is exactly what people hate about Washington. Let's not forget that it's Israel aid and Ukraine aid. And if that bill is dead, what happens to those issues?
Republicans say laws already on the books give President Biden the authority to shut down the border, but he disagrees.
I've done all I can do. Just give me the power. I've asked for the very day I got in office. Give me the border patrol. Give me the people, the judges. Give me the people who can stop this and make it work rationally.
With the border talks dragging on, some lawmakers say it's time to separate aid for Ukraine and Israel from the national security package. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Stay with us. We have your complete forecast next.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Well, good evening. January did come to an end yesterday as we ended off the month with an average temperature of 30 degrees, nearly 5 degrees above normal, and the 10th warmest January on record for the Elmira Corning Regional Airport. Precipitation was also impressive, over 3.5 inches, keeping us nearly 2 inches above normal, setting us up for the second wettest January on record. So really an impressive month overall, still leading with some of those warmer conditions, which we typically see in an El Nino winter, but leaning wetter is a little bit abnormal. But what we will continue to watch for is that we are back into talking about some quieter conditions. Now we have one more weak system before we get to that quiet weather, and that is moving through as we speak with a cold front. It is looking to be pretty light precipitation, but it is going to last through midday tomorrow. And note that especially through elevational areas and through the Finger Lakes, this is going to be the best time to see some of that accumulation. And we'll note that it is going to be a very light accumulation, but can lead to some of those slick surfaces, especially where some of those high points will see mostly snow showers, where low points will keep to some light rain showers. It's also going to be paired up with a little bit of a chilly feel, especially noting it's a cold front, keeping us under northerly winds, but it should be short-lived as following that system, we're going to head into a high pressure system, allowing for dry and seasonal weather through next week. So here's that cold front that is sliding in, merging up with some moisture from the south, allowing that here, as mentioned, through the Finger Lakes, the best chance to see some accumulation. Looking at some snow showers and bringing some of that even through the Elmira Corning area through at least midday tomorrow, especially mid-morning. When we look at the accumulating numbers on the board, again, it is very minuscule. As we look through those Finger Lakes, about a half an inch possible. Peak accumulation should even stay under an inch of accumulation through some of those high points. So again, not going to have widespread impacts, but can create some of those slick surfaces. Down through the Elmira Corning area, not too much when it comes down to any significant accumulation. We do see that maybe that drizzle allowing for a few hundredths of an inch on the board. So pretty light system overall, but as mentioned, it does come with a cold front, so not too much warming going on. Morning low of 34 within a high of 36, so only a 2-degree difference. Do note, though, that our average high temperature for this time of the year is 34 degrees, and that's where that low is currently. So what we're going to see is that we're still trending with this above normal weather pattern as we track into the weekend forecast, taking that out of January and now into February. We see that first weekend of February, as mentioned, and we'll deal with that frontal system bringing precipitation into midday Friday. As we roll into Saturday, high pressure system will clear out those skies. Clear overnight skies will allow for low temperatures to fall into those 20s, still away from those teens, but a little bit of a cooler chill to the morning. Any lingering moisture might be able to create some frost as well as some fog to start off the day, but then sunshine should be abundant and we'll continue to teeter along seeing those high temperatures into the lower 40s.